Hi, I'm Jay Laborisler. This is my blueprint mechanic walkthrough, and we're going to start with the turret mechanic. This mechanic I created a pawn sensing element for. It can sense whether the player is in front of it, and if so, it can track you by moving the cannon barrel up and down, left or right, and when you're in its range of sight, it will shoot you. So I'll show you how that works right now. The movie clip I made, this is also a checkpoint for the character. So if you die, you will restart there. So I died, restarted there, and I blew up the turret. It can no longer track me, and that is the turret mechanic. I'll show you how I created the turret mechanic. We'll get into the turret mechanic itself. This is the pawn sensing element I'll be talking about. It is right here. So on event begin play, the turret will set my player, the target, the player character as the pawn target for the turret. It will then begin to get an array of turrets, and they will begin sensing. On begin sensing, it's going to set the sensing interval timer to looping, so it's constantly looping. And on sensing, it's going to dig through the array of turrets I have within the world, and it will begin to decipher which one has a line of sight on me. And whichever one has a line of sight on me, it will double check. From here, if it can see me, it's going to change the material of the pawn sensing element. So this, in the turret, this will begin to change to the color blue. This will change the horizontal motion of the turret once it sees you, so the turret's going to look up and down on the Z wall, and it will keep you in its range of sight. As long as you're in its range of sight, it will continue to look for you up and down. And down here, it will get the vertical motion. So it's going to look left to right here. And it's going to try to find you, and if it does, it will stay left and right with you. And once all that checks out good to go, it's seen you, it's going to begin to fire. It will make an array of all the turrets that has spotted me, and they will begin to shoot at me. Another mechanic I made is the life system. To get to that, I have a life widget set up that it will display my health number of lives to a text widget in the screen. When player dies, it will minus 1 life from total lives, and it will clamp at a max of 3 lives and a minimum of 0. So you can never have a negative, and you can never have 3, and you can never have more than 3. I have also where I have a life's icon, a pickup, that if you pick up one of these, it will give you plus 1 life. And you can never go beyond 3, and you can never have less than 0. So if you have 3 lives and you pick one up, it won't change. And then it's going to destroy everything related to that coin, and it will add a pickup noise. So I'll show you that now. I have one inside here. So I'll die first. Now we hit a checkpoint here. Alright, now we just got 3. Okay, now we got drop back to 2. Okay. That spot's kind of hard. But as you've seen, it went from 2 to 3. Another mechanic I made is the health system. Player. On event begin, we get hit. We're going to take damage, and we're going to minus health from our health bar. We're going to set our current health to what we just got minused. Every time we get hit, we lose 20 damage per hit. So you can take a maximum of 5 hits. I have a stamina bar here that just checks if You press left shift, have you begun sprinting? If you have, it will increase your walking speed to 850 from 500. And if you're not sprinting, it'll set your walking speed to 500. And it'll update the stamina because it regens you. It adds +3 when you're not sprinting. So if you're not sprinting, it's going to add 0.03 mana. And if you are sprinting, it's going to take away 0.05 mana. So that was fun. That was a lot to code, and I was getting stuck at how to add and reduce. And adding these clamp floats really helped me be able to set a number that they couldn't go past or exceed. For the movie, I just did a level sequence, and I have that playing when the character walks over the collision box. I cast that to the player, and it only does it once, so it's not continuous. If you backtrack, you have to walk through it again.